Good morning, everyone. It's math time. We are on day 38 in our CMS packet. We are continuing to look at 3D shapes, 3D or solid shapes. We call them both things. And today I want you, what your solve and share asks you to do in your journal. It says, in your journal, write two things that are true about a rectangular prism and write two things that are not true about a rectangular prism. So I have a box here that's a rectangular prism. All right, this is a box. It's actually a box of gloves, but that is a rectangular prism. So you are going to have to write two things that are true about a rectangular prism and two things that are not true. And I'm going to review with you some of the things that you would be writing about. Okay. So when we're describing a shape, we talk about its attributes. I think you guys should remember when we did shapes this year, we described shapes based on their attributes. An attribute is like a characteristic. It's a way to describe a shape. If I wanted to describe a person by their attributes, I would talk about like the color of their hair or the shape of their face, the color of their eyes. Those are attributes that people have. So we are going to describe these shapes using their attributes. And the attributes of these shapes would be things like the faces. Does it have a face? How many faces does it have? How many sides, vertices, and edges does a shape have? All right, so looking at this rectangular prism, okay, I want to show you the way that you would count the faces on the rectangular prism. The face is the flat part, okay? So any flat part. So this over here, this is where I started it. I said that's one. There's one face, okay? Two. This whole flat part here is two. That's the second face. Three. This end. That's a face. Four. It's a face. Five. That's a face. And six on the back. So a rectangular prism has six faces. So that's an attribute. That's a way I could describe a rectangular prism. A rectangular prism has six faces. All right. When I'm looking at the vertices on a rectangular prism, the vertices are everywhere we have a point. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 points, 8 vertices on a rectangular prism, okay? It's where the edges meet and make a point. Edges are the lines, like the side pieces, okay? That's an edge right there. So when I'm counting my edges, I would say 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, I'm going to double that down at the bottom, right? Because if I got 4 edges up here, then 5, 6, 7, 8. But I'm not done, okay? This is an edge here. 9, 10, 11 back here, 12 right here. So there are 12 edges on a rectangular prism. So let's review that. We have 6 faces on a rectangular prism. We have 8 vertices on a rectangular prism. Those are the points where the edges meet. And we have 12 edges on a rectangular prism. So use that knowledge of a rectangular prism, okay? And I want you to write in your journal 2 true statements, 2 true facts about a rectangular prism, and 2 things that are not true, all right? So I'm going to give you an example of something that's not true that you could say, okay? So I am going to show you this sphere, right? Remember a ball, a 3D item like this is called a sphere. A sphere does not have any faces because there's no flat part, okay? For it to be called a face, it has to be a flat part. So a true statement about the sphere would be that a sphere has no faces or edges, okay? That's a true statement. A false statement, something that's not true about a sphere, would be if I said a sphere has 2 faces. No, that's not true, right? So that's what you're going to do using the rectangular prism, okay? So think about that. Look back at this video if you need to help you remember, what a rectangular prism looks like, your faces, edges, your sides, and put that in your journal. Beyond that, you are also going to draw a line from each 3D solid shape to the words that describe it. That is in the little rectangular box. I'm going to link it up on the video underneath this. You have it on your packet as well. But there are things that describe words that would describe a rectangular prism, a cube, a cone, and a sphere. And you're going to just do a matching activity. It looks like this. Okay, it's down there in that box. So that will be underneath the video, and then you're going to do the other part in your journal, okay? So have a great time with this, guys, and look forward to seeing your work, and have a wonderful weekend, because it's a long weekend, too. So I'll see you back again for another math lesson on Tuesday. Bye, guys.